Hi, everybody. I want to point something out before you point it out because I'm already aware, but didn't care enough to fix it because I ran out of time because I was fixing this stuff up. Yeah, I see it. Yes, I see it. I'm aware. I know. I know.
What what happened to your HP there, Daelric?
My HP? My Hewlett-Packard?
He's talking. She thinks the thing under your name is your health bar.
Well, it is. We're all on low health. They all have full mana. Daelric's half dead.
I like to say half alive. I don't think that's any better. So you guys want to hear something funny? Brittany made me coffee because she's amazing, and she brought it down. That's not what's funny. I knew when she came downstairs she'd be upset with me because she saw the big bag of candy, okay? I knew she would. So I intentionally, when I went upstairs to grab my laptop real quick, I was eating a piece of candy, which totally triggered her and made her come running downstairs to grab the candy and hide it. I knew that was going to happen. That was all played. But I totally filled my drawer next to me full of candy first. My favorites. So she...
So somebody clipped
You
that.
know she's gonna come down right now and pull the drawer out from that desk and
He's
take
gonna
the
start
drawer.
hiding it under the floor. Oh no, wait, you're in the basement.
Guys,
Oh, never mind.
She doesn't watch the stream.
I mean, it's like when you hid your box
it.
of cereal. Do you remember
That's how you
that,
get in.
Scott?
Okay, I hid that in Rory's office, which is like a spot behind the couch that Rory likes to hide. So it's all good. I'm just saying. I smarted her left and right.
She still found it.
No. No, you talked about that before. Yeah, whatever before. This time I learned. I got good. All right. Hi, everybody. How we doing tonight? Good? Apparently not. Jesus. Okay. Wow.
I'm hanging in there.
You want me to lie?
I mean, Scott, I already
Did you do
I
thumbs up
filled you
again?
in on what's going on with me, so you know.
I'm anxious and menstrual.
Okay.
I live in
I'm
Canada,
so
too.
sorry.
I can help you with one of those things. Would you like to choose which one?
Like, if you could do something about periods,
Yeah, like you should really get on that.
women
Why
would
are you-
regard you as a god.
Well,
All right, let's get on the research, boys.
Yeah, what do you
It's
know,
called
Scott?
the Depo shot. It actually.
Oh no, that makes you fat.
No,
though.
no. It fucks with your hormones. No.
Yeah, but it does get rid of the period.
Oh yeah, but then you're psychotic, so.
I mean,
Hey.
to be fair, aren't we psychotic
Oh
already?
no.
I mean, honestly, if you want to be insane, you can just use the use different sorts of
There are
punctuation,
faster
like
ways.
Use promo code SMILE
Exclamation
always on
marks.
TylerShy.com.
Are you
So much
talking? Did you
merch.
just call out my merch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. 100%.
Appreciate that this is now a meme that the people are advertising my merch. I'll take it.
Listen, I'll advertise it every Friday night and probably well beyond that. When finally it comes in, but I was told it's going to be in the fifth. What is it? The 5th week of November, despite the fact there's only 4 weeks in a month.
Excuse you, there is more than 4 weeks in a
Listen,
month.
Tyler, don't go showing off your sample gear like you already got yours. That doesn't count. It's sample.
Hey,
There's
hey.
a typo.
In all fairness, you want to hear something that's even crazier?
Says
I've
Tyler
had this for
Shiza.com.
over a year.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had this for a year.
Uh-huh.
The mask that is not beside me, I've only had for like 5 days.
Hey, speaking of buying merch, who else has merch? Doxy, do you have merch?
Nope.
Oh.
I mean, I do. I just don't make money off of it anymore. But you can search Zero Doxy merch and it'll take you right to it.
Is it literally Google Zero Doxy merch?
Just Google Zero Doxy merch. Just go to google.com.
Hold on, wait,
Who
wait,
makes
wait,
money
wait,
off of
Doxy,
it if you don't?
But Doxy, what's the URL?
The shop does. I don't remember, but I don't really want to point people to it.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I
especially
want
if
you to
you're
have
using
it
your
if you
likeness to
really
sell
want
stuff
it.
and you're
Hold
not
up,
getting
hold
But
royalties.
like, I don't get paid for it.
Yeah, hold up.
That's technically illegal.
I want Zero Doxy merch, where my friend Zero Doxy gets a coffee out of it. Okay, like that, because that's really all that you get out of like each individual item that's purchased. I want to buy
Basically.
merch where I'm wearing Zero Doxy in a way that's amicable to my wife, and Doxy gets a coffee out of it.
So you're
So
not.
Pacey-
That sucks because
Subscribe to
everybody
the
who buys
Pacey.
my
Wear
merch
it
just
on
gets
your
my
chest.
naked body wrapped around their naked body. That's
Wait,
very unfortunate for you.
I got very confused when I started hearing naked bodies.
All you have to do is buy me a cup of coffee, chat. Seriously, please. I'm so broke.
Okay, so I'm not joking though. We should figure out that merch situation. That way I can get something. But I'm not gonna buy
I
merch if
have
it's not
some
going
cool old stuff.
to you. Is that because you're old, Doxy?
Hey, stop it.
Oh, I meant old is the new young.
I'm menstrual. I can't be that old.
Look, Doxy, you just had your 25th birthday, so you know. I mean,
No,
you
I'm
didn't-
about to have my 25th birthday.
Yeah.
For the
Oh
10th
no, you're
time.
correct. Sorry, my bad. It's like in a few days. Not a few days. Hold on. When?
Like a week and a half.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a few days. I'm delirious from work, so I'm gonna blame
It's
that.
okay.
I kind of, Doxy, are you? We really got to get to the game, so don't waste time. But Doxy, I got a question. Are you a coffeeholic? Like, do you like good coffee?
Yes.
Like really good coffee?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Do you grind your own beans? Do you like? What do you like? Yeah. Espresso machine or auto drip?
I have a percolator.
Okay, cool. So I will just send you some really good stuff from this place called Aurora Borealis. Sorry,
Yes,
it's called Borealis.
I like
my
medium
apologies.
roast.
Medium roast? All right, cool. I'll send you a good coffee from Borealis.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Hey, listen, coffee is my life. It makes me so happy.
I love it. I love coffee. I really cannot get out of bed without it. Like my 2 roommates make my coffee and bring it to me.
My wife does that. Do I call
so
her my
nice
roommate?
of them.
I mean, my roommate does that too.
I don't understand
one,
people
Scott?
that can handle such insane amounts of caffeine because I have the tiniest amount and I get withdrawals and a migraine for 2 days.
I'm with you, Tyler. I'm with you.
Who says we don't get withdrawals and migraines from not getting our coffee?
I have to keep drinking caffeine to keep the migraines away.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Like I gotta keep on top of it or else.
Welcome
so.
to
Well,
America.
Will, are we the purebloods that don't drink coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do light roast because having that much caffeine at once makes me have anxiety attacks.
It's like
So
you have
fun.
to keep drinking coffee to be normal once you get into it.
It's like
God
I'll
damn
have
it!
a
No
coffee
one
in the
wants
morning and then Red
fucking
Bull in the afternoon.
coffee.
The thing
God.
is, it doesn't make me
Coffee in the
normal.
evening,
It makes
coffee at
me
supper time.
a problem.
Yeah, that's me too.
Sorry, I forgot how to drink.
I just drink water. Like that's. the
Is
only
that
thing I
chocolate
drink.
milk?
Oh my god.
It's coffee.
It looks like iced coffee, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so we should probably get into this.
You mean we're not having a coffee date?
Oh,
Yeah, I
was
thought
under
we
the
were
impression
just on,
that
like-
this is a
Apparently, it's
coffee
going to be
date.
Coffee Thursday.
So
Thirsty
this is-
Thursday, and
Hold on.
then it's Pizza Friday.
So important question: who's sitting across from who right now, and who's sitting beside who? Right
Where
now?
yeah, where are we
Hold
sitting
on,
at the
hold on,
table?
hold on.
What's our
What the
arrangement?
fuck? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh no! Not the drawer!
See,
I don't know who did this, but thank you.
he has a drawing. Wait, no,
Wait,
he's
how
going
did
for the
I
drawer.
find out? What is going on right now? How did I
Brett just
find
took
out?
the drawer.
You brought me an apple? How did you find out? Who told you?
It was Joey.
Oh, very nice. All right.
She said, "Give me the candy."
I knew Brett was going to come down and
No.
I will
How did you
fucking
find out?
cut you, bitch. Oh my god, I love her.
How did
I've
you
never
find
even.
out?
Amazing. Just
And I
amazing.
love
How
her
did you
so
find
much.
out?
I love the fear. The fear on his face is genuine.
Straight fear.
I just want you guys to know I haven't talked much, and this is the most chaotic stream we've had.
That's true.
This is great. You guys are doing my job for me.
It's like not much.
Throne
work,
Keeper
I think.
always starts with an hour of podcasting.
Yeah, don't worry. We got
Yeah.
another half
Totally.
hour before
Give me
we
these
actually
ones.
start playing.
No, it's
so
only 4. It's only 4.
You guys should see
It's only 4.
Lost Initiative if you
Two.
haven't yet.
Seriously.
The whole thing's a podcast.
I've
What? You have
I've
100
watched
of
a
them.
few episodes of Lost Initiative
the
here and there.
negotiation currently for candy that's happening right now.
So he's currently in the stage of bargaining right now.
Oh, now he's like, if I eat it all, you can't take it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Chew with your
Denial.
mouth shut. Chew with your mouth.
Oh, no.
Oh, was she taking your coffee if you
Shut
kept
up,
eating?
coffee.
Yep. And that's where threatening comes in.
No.
I'm not revealing my sources.
Does somebody
John
Brittany's
slyly
number?
text
Dude,
on
I
Very
love
the
it.
smart.
I'm not
Does
revealing
somebody
my
have Brittany's
sources.
phone number?
No, Scott, but I have your
Oh.
number, and that does enough.
Someone looking a little guilty over here.
Excuse me.
What?
What the hell?
There's clearly a person who you're not paying attention to that is clearly looking very guilty.
Read chat, man. Read chat.
Read chat.
Is William in chat? Whoa, Snaga, you motherfucker. Hey, Snaga, you want to do me a favor? You want to type ! daddies for a second?
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. Don't do it. It's a trap.
Us?
Oh no.
Yeah,
I see.
Snaga's nice to me. I don't want you to harm him.
That's for
Whoa,
Patreon.
whoa, Snaga's nice to me too. Sometimes.
You do kind of deserve that, Scott.
Quite often,
Oh my
actually.
god. Come on. I outsmarted her. And
Yeah,
you guys
but
ratted me out.
then you talked about it on a live
Clearly
stream.
you did it though, because she
Here's the
found
thing.
out.
You outsmarted her once, but then you didn't because you
See,
talked
the thing,
about it. You
the
threw
thing
that
is
away.
exactly. When you get away with something, you don't brag about it.
You at least have to say a fake location that's
Yes.
really clever.
Doxy has this down. You lie about where you got away with it, and then it just makes you look like you were just trying to be smart, and then you actually get away with it later.
Yeah, you're just like, no, I didn't fucking do that. You think I would do that?
Like I was just doing it for the memes on stream. Come
I
on.
just want my friends to
Compartment.
think I'm cool.
I just want my friends to think I'm smart.
Oh, hey,
guys.
Will.
Will.
What's up?
Can you guys,
Hey, Will.
Can
Hi,
you guys,
Will.
Hey, Will.
go ahead and clip that for me? I want to make sure I keep these notes. Of,
Yeah. Look,
should
Doxy and I have a lot of notes
Hey,
about
look,
how
Will
to steal
is
things.
somewhere in chat saying nothing happened. Cool.
Will, did you bust somebody in here recently?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
you-
smell a cop.
Hold on, Will. You got to tell us if you're a
You
cop.
narking?
Hey guys.
Yeah.
You guys, do you remember that time that Will had a good time on Thronekeeper? Like,
Actually,
these
no.
other 3 people are having? Yeah. Oh, you don't? Oh, I wonder why.
Because I go to bed early on Thursdays.
Wait,
it
are we
because
supposed to
my
be having
name is Will?
fun? Are we supposed
Yeah,
to be
hold
having
on,
fun
hold
with
on, hold
Thronekeeper?
on.
Yeah, I'm only here because you pay me.
Yeah, we're here
Wait,
for the
you
money.
get paid?
Oh yeah,
Gets
like
paid.
a lot of money.
Oh,
Every
that's
show
nice.
is like 12 grand or so. It's not great, but we make
Doxy.
do.
If Scott
Yeah.
pays you, where was Messi in my paycheck for yours?
No, I am paying.
Are you
Actually.
fucking kidding me?
We don't.
Oh,
get
you're
paid.
Kidding,
paying?
Doxy, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I fund most of you guys actually.
Why aren't you paying
We
me?
all know
Huh?
Messi's the
Messi
man
just-
rolling in the
he just
dough.
he just crawls under my desk, and I just say, "Good boy." All right. So first of all, I hate all of you.
I didn't do it.
No. You know what I hate the most? I hate Rosin Worm, or whatever her name is. I don't even know it.
Win.
Win.
Rosin
You
wins?
will take that back.
You should take that back.
Boo, she's
Rosin
sitting
is
there
a lovely person.
You
laughing-
really
know
should.
who
take
that
that
is.
back.
laughing at me harder than anybody else. I blame Rosin.
You should definitely take
Nope.
that back.
Nope. I'm leaving
All
it
I
there.
know
Just
is Rosin
saying.
is in
So-
chat. I don't know the person IRL, so
Rosin,
Just
we'll
saying.
get together at the normal place later and talk mean about Scott. Don't worry.
If you give us stuff, it screws him over. Just remember that.
True.
You guys have a normal
Will is
place.
even in here saying you should hate Snaga the most.
Snaga.
Oh, don't you worry. Snaga's gonna get his. I hope he likes water traps.
We know.
That's not okay.
God.
That's a sore point.
Just make him
That's
roll
not-
1d0. Just make him constantly roll 1d0.
No,
I
that's,
love
that's
all
me
the
and Sel.
viewers,
Oh.
but mostly Roz.
I love how Rena just looks all fancy with wine. Like,
Yeah, just enjoy
Just
yourself.
using it to
coffee.
enjoy myself.
Make sure the pinky goes out. Come on now.
Joey the snake in the
Having a
grass.
good night.
At least if it was Ano, you'd expect it. You'd be like, okay, Ano just likes to see people suffer. I appreciate that. All right. Anyways, hi everybody. How are we doing tonight? Do you all have your
Better
candy?
now.
Is everybody enjoying their Halloween candy?
I don't.
He gave out
I don't
full
get
size
it.
bars
I didn't
this
get
year.
any candy this year, so
Yeah.
you know.
I have too much, but that's fine. All right, let's get into the game. When last we left off, last week, Chris Ellen was actually at the brewery. Hi, Joey. Oh, Vince, those are fighting words. When last we left off, it was Chris Ellen. You were at the brewery with Kithul and Ravina. Kithul obviously being very amicable, being very friendly, enjoying your company, you enjoying his genuinely, and finding more about him than any other cast member in any show so far, no matter how many seasons they've played with him.
The funny thing is, my brain is broken and I don't remember any of it.
That's okay. He's a big man, and we made lots of rock sex jokes. Continuing.
I asked him how they sex.
Yeah, and he
I
was
didn't
like,
make any jokes.
He was very uncomfortable. So and then Ravina, and I'm sure you remember that interaction with Ravina because it was
I do remember that one.
I bet. And so you went into the other room and to have a bit of conversation with them. Now, the conversation that you had with them actually goes over pretty amicably because of what's his face there, Kithel doing like a really good job of running defense, running referee for the whole thing.
Chris Ellen also won't be mean, but she's not gonna like lay down and take it.
No. Which is how you've portrayed your character literally the entire shut up. How you portrayed your character literally the entire time. Yes.
I had an important question. Are we sure that's not what she does? Doesn't never mind. Anyway,
Chris Ellen hops on and gives it.
okay.
Power bottom and top.
Okay.
And sideways. I don't know how that one works, but
Do you not? You're missing
to be
out.
honest. Yeah.
I want to learn about sideways.
Look, there's this book. So here's the thing. You guys are thinking about going to Amulta eventually. There's this book in this library that we went to originally that Chriselle
It's
did.
called the
Verbatim.
Samakutra.
Yeah. Just read that. It'll tell you all about sideways.
Rena's eyes are real big. She sips her wine.
She's actually really hoping that Cryptic's in chat and taking notes.
Yeah, I'm a professional speedrunner in
don't-
all categories. So.
I'm from Arizona. We do
I'm a speedrunner.
Hey, if you're gonna impersonate me, you better down do it right, okay?
God, go
God
get
damn.
them aliens.
We're out here fighting some fucking aliens, okay? So you better do me some justice here, okay?
You better come
Do
in
me
here
like that,
and
shoot.
get after it sideways. Damn, gosh darn it.
Yeah, Grand Canyon.
Yeah, bud.
Woo! Grand Canyon.
Like it
Just a hole in the ground. Don't let 'em
just like
fool
our
you.
state of Arizona.
God put it there.
It's just a hole. Ain't nothing special.
Okay, sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
Go on. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think we were about to do something.
Okay. So actually, so he runs a referee for the conversation between the two of you ladies for the evening. But just because I know you were hoping to make some headway with her, and because last session I allowed you to not make a single die roll until halfway through the session and things went out greatly, I'm gonna make you make the first die roll tonight because I'm a terrible person. You're gonna roll a communications check. It's actually
Not a persuasion?
Specifically, you can choose persuasion if you're just trying to be like, if you're trying to convince her of something specific. Etiquette is a great way of trying to just be like kind and courteous, so on and so forth. These are options for you. I will allow you to do one thing first. I think you would lean towards the idea of having a drinking game with her originally, having like fun with the alcohol with her originally. Two notes. One, you may have been trying to leave here in time with what's his name? Tristan. So you might not want to drink too much. If you don't mind drinking, you can roll a carousing first.
If Laszlo can handle it, Chris Ellen can handle it. Also, I have a drinking check, like a straight drinking check.
Yep, you are welcome to roll that first to affect your other roll.
I
Well,
tried
weird system
to
is this?
roll
It's
it.
roll 20 on a Friday night. You know, it's Thursday night. Sorry, you know how it is.
To be
You
clear,
get all the-
Laszlo wasn't able to handle it, but
June something.
You survived it.
Laszlo
What the fuck is an etiquette roll though? Like for real? What are these?
Holy shit, just an 18 off the bat. That's gross.
Okay, this is disgusting. I was trying to trip her up, and she's like, "Fuck you." She's in cahoots with Brittany.
I'm
That's
Chris
what it is.
Ellen, bitch.
She's in cahoots with Brittany. She heard the comment about, anyways. So, Doxy, so you are drinking with her. You easily are able to hold your liquor. Now the question is she going to be able to hold her liquor as well as you? Slash roll 3d6 plus. No. So
I take care of her. I take care of her.
So it's not that you guys are drinking to the point where you guys are obliterated. It's just that as you guys are drinking and getting drunk, you keep more clarity of mind, so on and so forth, and her. You can guide conversations and so on.
Okay, so the way that I'm going to like take charge of this situation
Please, go ahead.
and convince her to like me is I'm gonna like go up to the bar every once in a while, get us waters, but the water that they use for beer, not the water that they keep in the well, right? Like the special beer water. And that's a thing. Go to a fucking brewery. And
okay.
I was getting some looks I didn't appreciate, but I would bring her
It's really
beer
good
and
water.
grab like snacks and stuff from the bar, and I would be slipping a gold coin every time. So I imagine like 5 gold coins probably are spent. And I'll be like, listen, I'm really sorry. I never would have ever interfered with a jewel contract had I known. Did I laugh a little? Yes. Was that shitty of me? Yes. But the fact remains that you and I are sisters, and I would never do anything to harm my family.
Okay, so I was going to give you 3 options originally. Etiquette and persuasion, which is what I was kind of going at before, and I was also going to suggest seduction, if that's the way you wanted to go. I didn't think you were anyways, but I was going to offer it. Now I'm going to allow you to roll persuasion. This is definitely a persuasion roll. It can be leadership too, to be clear, but you won't go that. What the? Okay.
And you re-roll persuasion specifically?
But she has to keep the second roll if she re-rolls. She doesn't get
And
the
I'm
better of the two.
pretty comfortable with a 16. She's trashed.
Do you want to luck that, because obviously you guys are starting off from quite the wrong foot? Alcohol is helping you.
Do you guys want to find out how much luck we have?
Fuck it, luck it.
I'm comfortable with a 16, but it'll be nice to know. Oh, there are none there.
There are none there. Now we know.
Now
you know. I'm trying to make sure on stream it's good. Okay, cool. We good. Yeah, so fuck it, luck it. There was 0 there. Chat, if you're gonna give any luck to the party this week, just make sure you specify which party you're giving it to, so I can click it in. Because I have to have a ton of windows open to make this work. Just so you're aware. Cool.
And knowing is half the battle.
Wow. Vensexo threw it in there and said Regicide will need it. Just so you know, first luck came in for Regicide. Okay, wow.
That's fine. I'm pretty comfortable with a 16.
Okay.
16 is pretty good.
And since I have half of a Twix left, I'm just gonna let's sit there for a while.
Is it a left Twix or a right Twix?
That's an
I said
important
Twix, I meant
question.
Kit Kat. My apologies. I said Kit Kat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's also an important question though, because it has the break. So
Is it
which
the
side
left
break
2
on?
fingers or the right 2 fingers?
It depends. Which one does Chrysalin prefer?
Whatever your dominant hand is.
I'm left-handed. All right. So moving on, the you guys so you actually have an incredibly productive evening with her. I mean, not that a 16 even with the altered number, not that a 16 is like, oh my god, crazy amazing, but you do have 4 stunt points to kind of like up that. This is part of role playing. Did you want to use those stunt for anything in particular?
I will
it's
flirt.
a success, just on a resound. Okay. Flirt actually triggers a roll. I think it's actually a communications versus versus willpower, is it?
I believe. Let me take a look real quick. I always lose the fucking sheet.
It is. I think it's communication seduction versus willpower self-discipline.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, I will roll my check right now then. Thank you very much. Wait, she's intoxicated, so I have to give her a -2. Factoring the -2.
You gave her a +3.
Yeah, with a -2 included.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. She's a ruby, right?
Self-discipline.
I mean,
Yeah.
not diamond.
Important. Yeah, no, totally a diamond.
Yep,
A
totally.
red variety.
Yeah, red diamond. They exist. They're very rare. So
They're super pretty.
so you, Doxy, are you actually are able to, you flirt with her, and she kind of like leans into the flirt. Not that it goes anywhere by any stretch of the imagination, but it's one of those, you're drinking, you're having fun, you give an apology, she accepts the apology, but not completely. But then as things are going, you be flirtatious with her, and just kind of like a lot of people do when they're drinking, flirting kind of enhances a little bit more, and it becomes a bit of a thing between the two of you. It's kind of like almost like a theme for the rest of the night. So even when the evening kind of like rolls on, and she's like, well, I should probably call it quits because I have a lot of work to do in the morning. Dresstone's not going to solve itself, and then it leaves. It is.
I would say, please let me know if you ever need a mind to bounce things off of.
And she appreciates it and says, yeah, and so, if you're ever in town again, I guess you can stop by and we can chat.
I'd like that.
And after she finally leaves,
Aw, my fucking hero. Thank you.
Kithul will say, things went particularly well.
I have a way of doing that.
Back in the actual castle itself, As you guys come walking, as you guys come walking through the portal of the castle itself. So again, the door shuts. The 2 tokens on the table are lit. It's the first time ever that Ophios has seen this. It's a little bit of a strange scenario where the 2 tokens are lifted up. The door is opened up. You can see that there is a door. The same room that you're standing in is right through the doorway that you just walked in. That's supposed to have a hallway on the other side. You guys walk through the doorway. You shut it behind you. The 2 tokens on the table drop down. You open the doorway again. You're in a different hallway. This hallway, of course, being the top of the actual throne room inside Kurzfall, a place that you've been before. So when you guys come walking out onto the balcony, the 3 of you are walking around and start making your way down the stairs. Of course, you're not just walking through here by yourself, right? You're being led through this area with Hansa. Hansa comes walking around the area and walking down the stairs and says, all right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll head to my shop. We'll get that sorted out immediately, and then we can, you can go your own way. I don't think there's anything else you need to do here.
I don't believe so. I appreciate it.
Yes, well, we'll see. And as you guys go walking out of the castle, the door opens up and you see an extremely attractive woman come walking in. None of you have met her before, but just every part about this person. I mean, if she wasn't just naturally a physically gorgeous specimen of a Perrin woman, like absolutely gorgeous person, for some reason she is dressed to the 11s. Like she is stoppers have been removed. She is absolutely stunning. It's one of those things where it definitely raises an eyebrow to everybody but Ophios, because you can recognize exactly what's happening in front of you. Ophios, however, is, I think, changing his bottle or whatever he's doing. His mind is elsewhere. So she definitely catches your attention. This is you, Elijah, can go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, but you're going to do so with a disadvantage, please.
Just rolling a check is already disadvantaged enough for me, so I think you can just let me roll it normal if you want. There you go.
That was weird.
What?
Chat, did anybody else see that?
It rolled 4 die. 4 dice.
I only saw 2.
Is it layered? Do I have a map on top of a map? Is that why?
It looks like you're capturing it twice, and
Yeah.
one is slightly off.
I'm gonna roll again?
Right.
You can see if it happens again.
Oh, you know.
No, because they're not reading the same thing.
Yeah. One of them is, so 2 of
Yeah,
them
they
are
are.
reading.
Oh.
You know what it is that one of them needs to be changed to Thronekeeper. We probably didn't see Doxy's dice earlier, so we'll fix that. I gotta change one to Thronekeeper. Both are regicide right now. We'll fix it. So I fixed that on stream either way. So we'll do the other part afterwards. Nothing catches you about this person. They don't seem familiar to you at all or anything like that. Shit, I keep pressing that button. Nothing seems familiar to you at all or anything like that, sir. So
Just because you always make me do this, I'm just gonna check and make sure that that's not something I can do.
what are you referring to, sir?
He's throwing observant into chat.
Oh, gotcha. No, nothing like that at all.
Okay.
Anyway, so she's completely dressed to the 9s. She comes walking in and says, Hansa, I'm glad to see you're back. Excuse me, I need to find my way to my room. And she walks by, and she definitely has that slight stumble to her of somebody that has had quite a bit to drink, and walks by. Hansa shakes her head, not sure what's going on, and walks past and says, don't mind her. She must have had a date and seems just annoyed overall. Unless your characters say anything, she immediately leaves you outside the castle, down the stairwell, and across the town that you're in.
Ophios will say something.
Sure.
What's the dates?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'll tell you later. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. So
It's like 3 hours old. He's like 2 days old. But still.
Yeah, dude. I don't even think it's been a day, dude. I think it's been like
no, it
like
has
2
been.
days.
Remember?
Some
It's been 2
hours.
days. Yeah.
it's been. Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember? We jumped a little.
We jumped ahead.
Yep, by a day and change. So yeah, you guys went down and across a small town to the shop that must belong to her, because it's clearly a smithy place. Because it's so late in the day, the place is locked up. Nobody's in there, so she pulls out her key, which she's a smith, not necessarily a locksmith, but she still has a quality lock on the door. Pulls out the key, opens it up, and walks into the place. She walks throughout the place and goes over to an area where she goes to pick up the sword, and says, "In the name of the gods, that fool has moved shit around my shop again. I have to go and find where he placed it. If you'll please excuse me for a moment.
Do you need any help looking?
No, I do not need any help finding something in my own shop. Excuse me for a moment. And she walks through the shop, searching through a couple of shelves before she finishes being annoyed, and then walks out back, slamming the door open to the back way behind her. From back there, you hear cursing and Glyn. I don't know if any of your characters speak Glyn.
What is that?
It's the lower goblin language.
I
definitely
do.
not.
You speak Glyn?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Ophios speaks
So you
Glyn.
hear saying, "That fucking idiots! He put he broke a shop. There's shit all over the floor." And she's kind of like rambling about, "What is this doing over here? Why is there a bow missing? There better be money in the." And she goes over and walks around and checks a couple of different areas. And after she's been back there for like a solid 8 or 9 minutes, slamming things and being very vocal and very angry, she eventually comes out front with a small little metal box. It's clearly meant to be like a small chest. She comes over and she slams it hard. It's not light either. This thing must weigh easily 22, 25 pounds. That'd be 10 kilos. No, sorry, 20 kilos. Let's call it 20 kilos. Yeah, 20. No, 2 kilos.
20 kilos would be 2.2 pounds per kilo.
Yeah, 10 kilos? I don't know. Somewhere in there. 22 pounds, 25 pounds. Goes over and slams on the thing, which is a very loud bang. Definitely leaves
It's 11, 10 or 11 kilos, yeah.
Notches, put notches inside the bar top, the countertop itself, and opens the thing up and says, "Do you see this? Do you see this? There is a lot more coin in here than there was before I left. That means stuff was sold from my shop. Guess what's not in my shop right now?"
You're joking.
She looks at you and she gives you a very narrow, very angry, very threatening look. Like when you accuse her of joking.
Ophios said would just be like, I assume my swords? He's still confused about the fact that he ordered something and doesn't remember it.
She'll nod to you as you say it.
She looks and says, "I will break his fingers. The rest of him can be yours." And just immediately walks out of the shop.
This something's importance. He looks at Rena.
Yeah. Really important. Elijah, you weren't there for that.
Did we spend lots for this?
We found the
400 box
materials.
Did we do tasks for us?
It just would have been a really great weapon for you.
Scott, can I roll an intelligence check to see if anything jogs my memory?
You roll normal.
Roll a 1, forget things.
I technically have my headband thing on now. Oh my!
Wow. Yeah, actually, you do remember this. You remember going all the way up to Curse Vault to collect the materials, bumping into this person along the way, offering the materials to them. You remember all of this stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. You spent a good amount of money on those materials back then. Granted, you still owed a bit more for when everything was completed, but it wasn't like the bulk of it was kind of taken care of for you. You know what I mean? So by providing the material. Actually, no, my correction. You gave her many materials and she made the sword as a return for payment. That's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's right.
It was paid for up front with everything we gave
the
her.
materials, because you gave her
She
a lot
said,
of
"You
extra
get the materials." I'll
Because
make
she
the
also
sword."
was
That's what she
looking for
said.
materials when
Correct.
she was up there, and we
Correct.
provided all those for her at no charge. So, yeah.
Yep, and most of her other materials she's been waiting on still haven't been delivered to her shop because other people haven't finished paying for them yet. I'm totally not looking at anybody named Jake or Tesh or Neil. Anyways, so
They're not even in this universe.
Ophios will be like, it seems less importance to go after the ones who sold this, but more so to retrieve the weapons from the ones who bought. If it is ours, it must be ours. My memory has been jogs.
You remember?
Wells. This parts.
Oh. Right. Well, I don't know where she went. But whoever was watching her shop couldn't have been too far.
Perhaps we should investigate? Follows? Elijah's? Do you have ways to trace people's?
Could just ask her who sold it and find out from them.
Yes. Ophios will start running after where she went then.
Yep, she's out and she's storming through the town. You can kind of see her from where she is. You can kind of see her from where she is, just a bit away as you walk out the front door.
Renas, how did we meet? And he'll just keep running.
You're asking me this now?
It seems if my memory jogs now, maybe Moore's can be.
And you guys can have that conversation as you're jogging your way over there.
So she'd tell him like how it happened or where
Yeah.
they were, blah blah blah.
Where you guys eventually stop is actually a nice looking stone building. It's a stone building that has a strange smell to it. Strange only if you're not familiar with it. Again, your characters can roll themselves either a nature or an intelligence check. I know there's two different attributes, so you can choose.
We get the same result either way, or should I have actually looked before I clicked one? Oh, well, okay.
We all rolled well.
Okay.
Well,
So, you guys are able to tell almost immediately just by the smell of this that this must be some sort of brewery or whatever it is, because you can smell like the hops. You can smell it. Most importantly, the barley, which is very aromatic, so on and so forth.
Poisons. Why are they brewing poisons?
As you guys you caught up to her as she was making her way across town, she slams the door open. This is a loud bang slam, which definitely makes Chrisellen jump a little bit as she hears the door slam open across the way, and you see a very surly looking hobgoblin woman standing there. And in the doorway, as she screams out at the top of her lungs, "Glogmark!" like looking furious, and immediately looks around the place to see if there's anybody that kind of steps forward or does anything.
I put my hand on my crossbow.
Okay. Kithel just watches. She starts storming into the place. These other people are going to be coming in from behind, yelling out, "Glogmug, where the fuck are you? Get your ass out here right now!" As she starts to walk out back. And Kithel calls to her, what the hell's her name? I just said it.
It ends in "sa."
Hansa. She's Hansa. She slams a door open and goes into the back door, into the back area where you were doing your tour earlier, Doxy and whatnot, and starts slamming around back there, leaving behind 3 different people standing inside this place that were apparently following her that you frankly have never seen before. So allowing them to describe themselves for the first time, because you don't know who they are or what they look like, I will start off with the person that would have followed in immediately behind, which was
Ophios.
Okay. Describe what she sees on Ophios, or for Ophios.
You see a hooded gentleman, seemingly appears Perrin. He's rather tall, standing at about 6'2", but it depends on if he's slouched or not. He's like 6 foot, or he's 6'2" if he's standing upright. So I imagine he's slouched because he was moving forward, and pretty obviously you can see a weapon sticking out on the side. But outside of that, he's just you just see a falchion at his waist, a gem on his necklace, chain shirt underneath, and just tattered clothes with the hood, and yeah.
Okay.
A shield on his back. Sorry, forgot about that part.
I imagine Rena walks in second. So, Rena, I'll give you a moment to finish chewing for a second. Yep, totally swallow. Maybe a sip of wine, because you're an elitist person.
I lied.
Drinking.
He's 6'6".
What's the name of that wine again? It's It's
Luthera?
is it Lutheran wine?
Luthera.
Is it Luthera wine?
It's Luther wine.
Luther, that's it. Luther wine. Is it good wine or no? Oh, then it's not Luther wine.
Definitely not.
I also was wrong.
It's
He's
actually
6
really
foot
good.
6. I was thinking of a different character.
Thank you, sir.
What kind of wine is it?
It's called Hess. It's a Cabernet.
No.
Sauvignon?
That's an avocado.
An avocado.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Anyway, I walk in behind Ophios. What you see is really average height, I guess. She's about 5'8", parent woman. Looking somewhere in her 30s because I don't remember how old she is. She's got mostly white hair with black roots. A lot of time has passed in both directions, so I don't know. And she's got kind of really dark reddish brown eyes. Pretty striking looking armor. That might be one of the first things you notice, despite her hair. A lot of weaponry on her. Several axes, a large great axe, battle axe, a small hand axe. She's definitely ready for battle. That's what you see walk in behind Ophios.
So as she walks in, looking like a badass, and then you see somebody else walk in that strikes you as a little peculiar, and I'll allow him to describe why it might catch your attention.
Well, he's 44 years young now.
Likes long walks on the beach.
He only eats pizza at the one pizza place on the street that he likes a lot, and he won't eat anywhere
But not
else.
too late. Heartburn.
Yeah, he stops eating at 7 because his...
Okay, well, Messi decides to be serious. Is everybody gonna have pizza tomorrow night? Everybody doing pizza?
I could do pizza
I mean,
tomorrow.
I can.
Sure, I'll do
I
pizza tomorrow.
could.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
Doxy,
Tell
are you going to
Cryptic
be
we're
in
doing
our
pizza tomorrow.
thing
No, I'm
again
not
tomorrow?
gonna be in your thing
Aw.
tomorrow.
Hey, Cryptic, just make sure if you order pizza, you can pick a good bottle of wine to go with the pizza. Like, I'll totally do red wine and pizza. So,
I can help advise on wine. My family owns a vineyard.
ooh.
I forgot about that.
So we're all getting bottles of wine for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Technically,
Weird
it's
thing.
distant relatives. Distant relatives.
Okay.
That's okay.
I remember you telling me that forever ago.
By
My
distant,
cousin-
you
my
mean they
cousins
still live
own
in
a
Austria or
vineyard.
wherever? Okay,
No,
gotcha.
they're in California. The vineyard's in Cali.
Tyler, I like Pinot Noirs. Thank you.
Tyler, I like
Go to-
penis.
go to-
Pinot Noirs are good.
Go to shidevineyards.com. Check it out if you want to.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. First, we're marketing your merch, and then your family's merch. Like,
I don't.
What is
I
going
don't
on right now?
benefit- Listen, I don't benefit for this. I'm just telling you, their wine is incredible, and they have
Sure,
great bubbles.
sure. And if false pretenses become a bunch of alcoholics and shied wine,
Listen, Shide Vineyards, if you want to
Yeah.
sponsor me, please contact me. I am your relative.
All right, Messi, can you please describe what we see? Not what we read in the personal ads.
Wouldn't it be easier to contact them? Because they're your family extended?
I have to contact my uncle, and my uncle it's a whole mess.
Okay. Yeah, so you see like I said before it was really cut off, a 44-year-old man. He's got kind of a big nose, and he's got kind of moppy black hair, and he's wearing kind of a poofy shirt. And he walks in after them, but like obviously slower, if that makes sense. And when he walks in, he looks at the door and he kind of says out loud, "Is it really a good idea to be kicking indoors this hour?" And then he kind of turns into the room and sees you three, I guess.
Okay.
And the little goblin girl.
Do you want to describe why I told her that you stand out?
Yeah, he's a lot older than everyone else now.
He's got a long beard. Maybe you should show them, Messi.
I don't want to.
Does your clothes still stand out, suggesting maybe your origin?
Probably, yeah. I'm wearing a molten Mistral mage clothes.
He's wearing the clothing of somebody of literally the ice mages of Amulta. Technically, the mages of Amulta is
Yeah,
what he's
yeah.
wearing. So he comes walking in. And Doxy, could you describe
Not a big
yourself to
deal.
them?
Yeah, I have long brown wavy hair, probably pulled like half back right now. I'm in my riding clothes, so it's like a corset with like a loose fitting tunic underneath and like a knee-length frilly skirt and boots up the rest of the way with probably you might be able to see like stockings underneath. And they're flat boots. And she's very slight but still like very womanly. She's like 5 feet, probably like 110 pounds, very, you know, and she's pretty. She's like effortlessly pretty, but not like, you will look twice at her, but it's about how she carries herself more than about the way she looks.
I get it, Doxy.
Oh, I forgot a very important part about my my character. Really defined and fit arms.
Oh.
Woo!
Just walks around all times. Just
forearms in particular are just a sight to behold. They're really just, you know, definition on the forearms.
He literally said that to tease me, everybody. I just need you guys to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
are friends for?
My character's
Hot
forearms
flashes?
are missing. My character's forearms don't exist. There's just nothing there.
It's all floof.
It's like
just
Rayman.
the poofy. It's just the poofy shirt there.
He's got like Rayman arms. Like they just don't.
It's just
like-
hanging from the tendons and veins. There's hands on He whips them.
It's saran wrapped, so keep the circulation going.
So, anyways, you guys, the three of you come storming in. Two of you know who Kithel is. Actually, Tyler, you can roll an intelligence check real quick. The two of you definitely know who Kithel is, sitting there with this woman that you just heard described. And Doxy, you saw the three of them come in. Neither of them stand out. Two of them don't stand out, but one of them clearly does. And that one is the one wearing the Amultese Mistral clothing. And you hear banging and whatnot and shouting going on out back. I don't know if your characters are just kind of like staring at the door, watching over there, or Kithel's.
I would take immediate action. I would walk up to Rena and I would say, "Hello, my name is Chrisellen. Nice to meet you. What's happening here?"
Oh, hi. Yeah, we were just. I'm sure you saw the hobgoblin woman pass by. Yeah.
Are these patrons in danger?
No, just one person, and I think she found him.
May I ask whatever for?
Something's about the swords.
I was afraid of that.
What do you know about this?
That sword was sold to my companion today.
To who?
My companion. I don't want him to be sought after by that woman, but I can get it back for you.
That sword was meant for me. Was
I will
paid
get it back
for
for
and
you.
forged the heads of times.
Sir, your
That
name?
would be, he would look at Rena and just kind of like it's like a really awkward like, is it my name kind of look.
She'll nod again anytime you look. She's like, yep.
Ophios.
I'll extend a hand to Ophios and curtsy. Say, "Charmed, I'm Chrisellen."
Nice to meet you.
She'll nod again. Yeah.
Ophios is so.
When you ignore the hand, I'll just put it out in front of Elijah.
Oh, he would have taken the hand.
You're doing so good.
Oh, buddy.
Well, once you're done doing whatever you do to the hand, she'll put it in front of Elijah.
She just grabs it.
Oh,
and
hold
just
on.
holds
Whatever
it.
you're doing with the hand.
Like he doesn't know what he's doing, right? He doesn't know like
just
social
shook it, I
customs
think.
or anything.
He
Yeah,
didn't
like
shake
I
it.
would have.
He just put his hand and like held her hand. That's all he did.
I would have. That's adorable, and she would have given it a little squeeze, and then put it in front of Elijah. Said, "Hello, Chrisellen.
Nice to meet you. Put her
You
there.
are."
I'm Elijah. I'm hoping we won't be here long, so excuse us for our rude entry, but we should be out of here soon.
Stop that woman from harming that man, and we will go and get your sword at once.
We don't really know her that well, honestly.
That's truce. Ophios like thanks for a second and then it's like, yeah.
Kithel chimes in and says, "Nobody is really in too much danger. They both work here."
Holy shit, Kithel?
Hello, Elijah.
How do we
Who's-
keep running
you
into
know
each
each
other,
other.
buddy?
I just imagine you miss me. That was his poor attempt at a joke.
Ophios will go, "Is that yours, mates?"
Raises an eyebrow. He doesn't have eyebrows. He just stares at you.
She'll look at Ophios. No. Mm-mm. Nope. And then actually she'd turn back to Crystal and Rena Wood and say, "Hey, Marina,
Rena, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well. I'm sorry
I
for the
guess-
intrusion."
I will go and try and stop her from harming that man. And
The door
I'll...
slams open and she comes walking out, kind of like as you're saying that. And she's just like, "Where is he?" And Kithel's like, "He did not come tonight." She's like, "Oh, he's not here. Where did he go?" "He may have gone to the other." And she starts like going to push past.
Miss. If I may.
When you start going miss, she looks at you and says, "If you want to live, you will move now." And then she
If you want your sword, you'll adjust your attitude.
She swings back around, but the swing back isn't one of those swing back just because you got her attention. Immediately a hand comes out and grabs like by the scruff the front of your thing. No fist goes up, nothing like she's gonna hit you. And she pulls you in a bit and she's like,
As she does that, I
"What?"
point the crossbow at her.
Ophios's instincts kick in and he kicks the crossbow.
I will say, we're doing this the nice way. I'd like to dex check that.
That's fine.
If
You
I
guys,
can.
You guys can absolutely counter each
Should we
other.
roll initiative?
No. This is fine.
Okay.
So why don't he's gonna roll dexterity, and Doxy, you can roll yours as
How's your
dexterity
dex,
as well.
Tyler?
Well, I'm using my inspiration that I have, so
What? Oh, you're
Hey,
a
come on.
douche. That's awesome.
Would be,
I
considered
hate it.
excessive.
Tyler, I thought we were friends.
Hey,
You
Scott, isn't
were.
that how you died? Isn't
We're
that how you died, Scott, in that Star Wars campaign? Something like this happened?
Hey, that was more of a joke for Messy to be able to pull that up towards Scott. I'm not actually going to do that to you, Tuxie. My dex is mediocre.
No, we're fighting.
Is it a dex save or just a dex roll? I'm not using the inspiration. Just so you know.
dexterity roll.
All right.
Okay, so let's see what the results were. His was, I was just trying to see this. His was a 16. Hers was a 12. Just trying to see how this works. That's 4 under maximum for him for a typical die. That is 6 under for her. He actually wins the check. So he lifts his foot and kicks the thing to the side, and so the thing kind of goes out wide when that happens. And
Pull out my short sword then.
no, hold on. So you have the crossbow out. And it's not like it necessarily leaves your hand, but I imagine it does hurt when it's kicked that way. And you point it at her. He kicks it and whatnot, and she's kind of got you, and she's just like, Who has it?"
Ophios is going to speak in Glen unintentionally and just say, "Calms yourselves." But it's like perfect, perfect Glen, perfect like straight up from their home village, whatever type.
So what's his name? Kithel actually steps up off of his chair or stool, whatever, and takes a step over and says, "Everybody, we know who has what. We know where things are. We have all the answers. Violence, because we're keeping secrets, is not necessary."
Honestly, Kithel, is every guest that wanders in here treated this way?
Hansa is proud of what she crafts. Something was stolen of value.
Not by me. I had
Nobody-
information. I was being nice to her. I could have said nothing. It would do you well to remember that.
You
She looks
talk a
down
lot.
at her.
She says, she looks at you as you're looking down at her. She says, "You talk a lot. I
I
can fix
kill
that."
more.
She very, very, very doubtful, but still threatening look. And as she lets go of your shirt, it's one of those like push let goes, because she's just a bitch. Push let goes, and Kithel says, "The sword was purchased by." He takes a step forward and leans over and whispers in her ear. He's not very quiet because, you know, he's Kithel, so all of you guys can hear it. But it's meant that people slightly beyond wouldn't necessarily be able to hear it. You hear him say, "Rayron's brother," and she like looks at him and narrows her eyes and says, "What?" And he nods slowly. "He said he was leaving by sundown. The sun is down. The sword is not here. Where is he going? It belongs to them." "That is now out of our hands. We have tasks. I imagine he is returning to Amulta."
I rolled an intelligence to see if Rayron jogs any memory.
You encountered Rayron, yes? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember gloop gloop.
Rayrons. Blobs ate Rayrons.
You remember that too. Never
Who's
mind.
Rayrons?
Nice.
Okay. So he went to Amulta. Hansa, I imagine
He's
you have a
supposed
lot
to
to
meet
do
me.
here.
Before he goes. I could go see if he's waiting. And if not, I can have the sword sent back. It was all an honest mistake. It was bought and paid for, fair and squarely, by somebody who thought it was for sale.
She looks to Hansa.
She says, ignorance does not mean innocence.
A weapon in a weapon shop
And she
being traded for money is not ignorant.
she walks out the door because she doesn't care to hear the answer, because she doesn't know who you are or where your stance is. She just knows that you're part of something being stolen from her. And Kithel actually, after
Nothing
she
was
walks out
stolen,
the door,
it was bought. She is the worst.
walks out the door.
The worst.
Kithel informs. Yeah, she's not very nice. Kithel informs you, he does not work at her shop. He was told not to assist. He thought he was helping. As you can see, he was not helping.
Ovios would turn to Chrysella and say, "Apologies for kicking your bows."
That's okay. They're just bones.
Bones?
Finger bones.
Chrysellen, if you don't mind me asking, where is it that you were supposed to meet Rayron's brother?
I will take you. At once. And we go.
Okay. And you guys are actually able to, as you just said, go kind of like follow to where it was that you were supposed to meet to him. But it is late. It is dark out now. And when you head over to that direction, it is not currently there. He is not there.
So, I imagine I'll be staying here tonight.
Do you know where he went?
To Amulta,
Where in Amulta?
Little Ascaria.
Where are
You would know
we
what that is,
staying?
Elijah.
Where are we staying tonight? Ovios is such like a little kid right now.
I can make it arranged that each of you have a place to rest. From what I understand, a significant event happens to the west, and each of you could probably use another night to rest up from that.
I'll rest right here. Really, it's no problem. I slept in twigs and leaves last night.
It was already arranged that you would be sleeping in the castle. You
Well,
are
what
welcome
is-
to do what you'd like, but the castle is open for you.
Kithel. So sweet.
I'll
wait here a little while longer then, and then retire to the castle.
Did we? I don't remember if Kithel was in that meeting we had when we first got to
It was
Adir.
not. No.
He was not. Okay, so he doesn't know what happened to, unless he heard from someone else, but we haven't told him. Okay.
Yeah, you can ask him.
He doesn't know what happened to Ophios or Rayren, I guess.
Yeah. Kithel, if you have some time tonight, I have some news about Rayren and Grish. No, not Grishka. What was
One.
Josh's?
Oh, sorry. Josh's characters. Hold on.
Yeah, the Kroll guy. Is it Kroll?
Kroll. Yep. Kroll. Yep.
And then
Ilan.
Tesh was Ilan. That's it.
You said Josh, but his name's Jake. But that's cool.
Oh fuck. Bobby. Sorry, Josh and Jake.
So
We look so much alike.
Mostly Jake.
Kithel
Jake
actually
has
says.
glorious hair.
Kithel actually
Josh
says, "We know."
Josh is helpful and intelligent.
Before
that's
you,
nice.
we discovered. I spoke with. Oh, what the hell's his name? Sorry, I'm terrible at names.
Kithel, your voice just changed.
I'm sorry. I'm so bad. I'm trying to keep track of like 100 names at once. The fuck is his name?
Is it Nathan?
No, your friend from the past.
Dwayne.
Cadus. We spoke with Cadus in
Oh, my friend.
Hodgwen.
You spoke with Cadus?
Yes, he came through Hodgwen. In fact, you all went through Hodgwen. That's where you separated paths.
Status.
Do you know where he was headed?
Yes, north.
Okay. Well, I guess everyone knows now. She'll look to Elijah.
So if you guys say nothing else, he says, well, I think it is perhaps a good idea for each of you to retire. Chrysalin, you said that you were expecting others to join you.
It might be a few days.
Do you know where you split off with them?
No. It was quite dark and thick.
It was in the woods, correct?
That's where I ended up.
I will have word sent out to our scouts and see what they can discover.
Dark and thick,
I
huh?
appreciate it.
And then you guys can each retire for the evening, flashing our cameras far to the south, where... So you guys, after finishing your conversation with the general, make your way downtown, walking fast. The lake is just past. It has a ship on it. The large barge is actually docked, semi-docked, I should say, to the northern part of that lake. Excuse me. To the northern part of that lake. It's docked up there so that the peoples that are on there can somewhat be on the boat, but also somewhat use. Remember how the general a little bit ago talked about how he had a better fort to the south? Apparently, what he was referring to is what those people are currently staying in. There's a good number of people there, but you end up just kind of moving past them because your interest is to head to the actual town down there as well. You're not walking there alone, of course. That'd be foolish. You don't necessarily know what you're looking for, who you're looking for, and it's to verify that you're actually friends and it's not somebody to be worried about. So you do have a couple of Valoran guards or soldiers are leading you south around the lake and around Vigil, keeping a bit of a berth away from it. When you guys actually get to the southern wall of Vigil, you're able to see that there is one of the walls has been completely collapsed, as was described to you from the peoples once you actually came to the military camp, but not what was described to you by the ghost that you spoke to beforehand. Also, Josh, something you want to say to Joey?
No.
Okay. As you guys come around and that smashed wall comes into view, collapsed over. Because anyways, you see that you guys are can see that inside there are roll me perception checks, the two of you. My apologies. Perception, sight, whatever you want to call it.
Good. 14.
Hey Joey, I never forget. Remember that, boyo.
You enjoying your candy?
How's he gonna
Scott?
remember that if he keeps
My
forgetting?
candy? My candy? I don't
Yeah,
have
you
it.
enjoying it?
I don't have any more in my room.
You like your wall, Joey? You like your wall?
Like, it's not like I have any more hidden down here. Like, legit, she took all my candy.
I thought that you were like for sure like joking, playing, and you had like 3 other drawers filled by now.
No, I put in the
You
drawer
really
right here.
should do that next time. You
No,
need to fill more than 1 drawer.
I didn't expect some narc. Ugh.
You always expect a narc. All right, anyway, sorry. We're going to a barge, are we? Or no, we're going past a barge.
Past the lake, around the
Yeah,
thing, so on and so forth. And with your results for your perception checks, the two of you, honestly, neither of you notice anything particularly that's kind of standing out. You see a bit of motion inside there, Oscar, but nothing that kind of jumps out at you. Thank God.
right.
You know, nothing jumps out at you. Halloween is past. So anyways,
Not a fear goth.
I'm not. Never have been. And you see some motion or some movement going on inside there. The guards he stop here and they say, oh, "We're not going any further. That's it's all death in there now." And the other guard says, "That's not entirely true. There's Mog is in there. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm not going in there. You know what happens. Like,
What happens?
they swarm you, and they kill you." That's not entirely true either. They said that happens with the Chosen when they went in there, but everybody came out alive. Yeah.
Well, this will be fun.
Have you ever killed an undead, Oscar?
That's a good question. Have I ever? No.
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 Undead
Do
are
I know about undead?
extremely rare.
Yeah. Okay.
So when it comes to undead, there's rumors of undead far, like multiple nations to the east. There's like a half, most of the continent to the east. There's the barren lands. There's incorporeal ones. Corporeal, like zombies and shit like that. That's like even more rare.
Right. Because I figure he would have heard about ghosts, because those would have been part of magical monster training, just generally like, hey, try and avoid this shit if you can. Also probably knows about silvered weaponry because of that, because it's, that's the whole Venator training thing, but
not silver specifically, but yes, they're
yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, at any rate, just kind of knows like there are specific ways to take care of them and dealing with them, but like no, you hear about them, but not in Amulta.
Okay. Well, don't go too far ahead of me. Stay within arm's reach. I could make your weapon much more effective against them.
Certainly. Which one?
I look to the guards and I'll say, how much further is this Mog person?
I don't know where he is. He went in, and yeah, he's not rolling poorly this time, so everything's good.
Interesting. What is this rolling? It's tobacco, correct? Okay.
Yes.
He,
See me roll, and
he's a
hate
seer
it.
then, using substances to aid his sight.
A witcher of some sort.
Yeah, understood. All right. Well, thank you for taking us this far.
Of course. Good. Honestly, you don't have to go in there. If you stay here and wait, he's bound to come out. It would be safer. He has to come out because he can only stay in for so long. Yeah, actually, he did say something like that before. He said that if others were to go with him, he can keep them hidden, but only for so long.
Right.
Well, that sounds like we should wait then.
If
You
you're
know approximately what
going
kind of window?
if you're going to wait, we can wait with you. We don't need to leave you abandoned. The camp's only hour's walk back, so.
Sure. While we wait, anyone for cards?
One of the guards says, only if you're down for gambling. And like, you know.
I smirk.
The other one.
I think we can do some gambling. Oscar gives Laszlo a look and just gives him like a scowl.
The other guard's like, I'll collect some sticks. And so just walking around collecting supplies to start a fire and everything for you guys. Flash forward several hours, and eventually, you know, you guys have been able to eat, relax, play cards, joke, so on and so forth. If you wanted to say you have gambled, why don't we all just simply roll a 3d6 and see who comes out on top?
If you roll 3 of the exact same number, you auto win, right?
Do I get any extra dice or anything like that?
No. Why'd you roll intelligence?
I'm playing cards.
No, just flat 3d6.
Up, Oscar has a pair. Ooh.
Well, we could have done 5d6 if we're doing 5-guard stud. You know?
Dude, it's about matching. Come on.
So anyways, or 5d10 really. Anyways, you guys play cards. Josh, you come out on top. How much coin do they gamble? Let's say you win 4 coins and Will loses 2. Yay! All right.
I just doubled my money.
Yes. I was gonna say he didn't have a lot to start with. That's fine.
As eventually you guys see a figure walking out of the place. And they come out, and they're honestly, the way they're walking out, they're dragging ass. Like they're kind of like moving very slowly as they make their way out. And the guards like, because the 2 guards that are with you happen to be one's Perrin and one's human. So one of them's kind of like squinting off in the distance and says, "You see that over there? Hold on." And he gets up and, you know, because there's a fire again in front of you and it's much darker now, grabs up a torch and holds it up in the air. Says, I think that's him, and then gestures for you guys to follow him and starts walking over in the direction of the other guy. When you guys actually bump into him, you see a much older orc standing before you. He is very barbaric looking in the sense like the clothing he wears are like skins and stuff like that. He definitely has like he has axe at his side, he has skins. He's old and haggard looking, like he looks like he's seen quite a few fights, but not to say he's weak by any stretch of the imagination. He still has like Tyler like biceps, you know what I mean? Like he's you know either way, he looks like he's dragging ass as he's coming out. He's walking with a bit of a limp. He looks rather slack, the way his shoulders kind of slouched down by his side, so on and so forth. So as you guys walking up, he looks up, and as he sees people approaching, he draws out an axe and says, "I'll kill you." Kind of like growling it under his breath. And one of the guards says, Mog, it's us with Valorant." And he kind of like looks up weakly and says, "Oh, I need to sit by the fire." He's kind of like barely growling out some words, and immediately one of the guards, kind of like the guards look at each other, and one of them will kind of like take several steps forward and grab his arm, not holding the axe, and throw it over their shoulder and give him help. And you can see he tries to pull away at first, like he doesn't want the help, like, but then kind of quickly gives in and allows the help to pull him away. You guys don't really say much unless you choose to say it to each other until you walk the, you know, several dozen steps back to.
How old can we gauge?
It's hard to tell. You don't know orcs very well, but you know, maybe he's several decades. You know what I mean? 50s, maybe.
Right.
It's hard to tell with the orcs. They die so quick.
Yeah, I'll say something to Oscar. Laszlo will say in hushed tone. Actually, I'll say in Gnomish. If he comes from the Barren Lands, this man is ancient.
In Gnomish back, Oscar will say, "How so?"
The Barren Lands are named very correctly.
So a survivor then.
You were told about him before, mind you. You told me he was actually a former blah blah blah. God.
Yeah. It's a little bit. I don't know if anyone survives more than. I don't know. I just know that he's very old, and if he is here and he's this age, he must be very capable.
Good to know.
Sorry, roll 20 is just slower than a bag of dicks.
Mm-hmm.
How? Like, what's the metric you're using for speed of a bag of dicks? Like,
it's how fast you can hurl it, Josh. Come on.
oh,
Everybody knows that.
I didn't know. Okay.
which is obviously variable depending on the person throwing, but you tend to use someone with a standard like Ophios-sized arm.
I would think raging also determines because of the
Yeah,
weight,
well, 'cause
you know,
you-
changes and stuff.
You can
yeah.
almost guarantee that it will move faster if you're raging, but only ever so slightly. You have a higher percentage chance that it will move faster. But, you know.
The knowledge you get for coming on Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you guys come on Thursday?
No, never.
No, I'm married.
You guys know it's November, right?
Oh, Josh.
So my kid's almost gonna be born.
And that'll definitely be the last one. Clip it, send it to her.
She doesn't know tech. It's fine.
So
She's
make sure we tell her that Josh says she's unintelligent as well. Make sure it's known. It will be known.
She legit will not understand my. Don't worry.
I know you're trying here to
I
get
know,
someone
I
to
wanna
do the
not
same
be
thing that
doing
they
it.
did to you, but you don't have that kind of power here.
Oh,
I'm sorry to tell you.
I don't like
you-
crossovers. I'm not the boss anymore. I'm outvoted.
It's all right. Doxy's always the boss on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I usually have.
Oxy's always the boss. Let's
Doxy's
just
al-
get it.
I bet you
Yeah.
Chrisellen could throw a hell of a bag of dicks. Like
Probably,
super
yeah.
far. Yeah,
I mean,
like-
to
It's
be
all
fair,
about
she
the
would do it
grip.
She knows
intelligently.
the right
the bag of
grip,
dicks got
Yeah.
there.
I want to know why we're throwing bags of dicks.
You don't ask these questions.
All
They're
that's
very
around.
slow. I know that. I
Hold
just
on,
know they're slow.
Ophios has to ask. He doesn't know
That's
what's
all we
going
have on hand.
We'll tell you when you're older, all right?
Marina, that was amazing.
Hoy vey. Okay.
What are you
moving on.
waiting for, Scott? Because
Yeah.
we're good whenever, you know.
Well, while you guys were rambling, I was letting something load up on. I had to open up another Roll20 account. I
Oh,
have-
good, yeah.
Yeah. Either way. So, yeah, you guys are, and it literally took 2 minutes for Mog to load. So, anyways, you guys, after he kind of comes over and he sits down, he's kind of like lowered down by the fire. You can see he looks, again, his muscles themselves literally look slack to the bone, like almost like the tendons themselves aren't quite doing their job. They don't have much strength to them. And he kind of like is leaning in on the fire, trying to take in the warmth of the fire. And it's not that cold out, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's fall, as we've discussed beforehand. It is evening and it's nighttime in the fall, but like, it's really not that cold out, especially for somebody that's dressed in like warm leathers and whatnot, like furs like he is. But he does seem to have a bit of a shiver to him as he's kind of sitting there and he's like, so who the fuck are you lot?
Oscar, and this is Laszlo.
Are you okay? You're shivering quite a lot, and it's not that cold.
I'm fine.
How are the ghosts?
In the way.
Yep. We were sent over this way. See if we could help at all.
How the hell are you gonna help?
Well, I'm not so much. And Oscar will turn to Laszlo.
He's humble. He specifically knows how to kill magical creatures.
Right, but I'm not the one who can talk to them.
Yes, I can summon spirits. I don't know how that'll help, but we thought we'd throw in our lot to help you.
How are you gonna help with this? What do you know? What do you do? Who the hell are you? Who sent you?
Well, we spoke with Leon. General Jaeger.
Mm-hmm.
I know who he is.
I assumed so, but I
Where
felt
are
I
you
should clarify
from?
because I should have.
Your voice ain't from here.
No, my voice is from Amulta.
Eustace.
That's why you sound like... what the fuck he calls himself? Rayron. Chosen of some shit. and you can see that the guards kind of like stiffen up when he says that.
Oscar will just chuckle at that and just yeah. Different regiments, but same military.
Working with the Congress cunts now?
Nope.
No. I'm not Congress.
All right. So, do you know what you're doing?
No. I can try to figure it out, though. I'm very good at it.
I'm sure. Listen, I feel like shit. I need some sleep.
Fair enough.
You ever fight these things?
No, but I got some basic training on it. Not that that would fucking help, but it never does. You just go in the first time and you deal with it.
All right, here's the plan. I'm gonna sleep. You two pray to whatever fucking shit you choose to pray to. Hope that they give you the ability to live tomorrow. And you watch us tonight. Let us know if something comes close. I think I pissed them off. And he kind of gets up from there and goes over closer to the fire. He doesn't eat or anything like that, and just kind of lies down and tries to catch some sleep. He passes out pretty quickly after he lies down, like within 20 minutes or so. He definitely passes out. I imagine, I don't know if your characters say anything to each other or to the Valorant guards at that point.
Oscar will actually turn to Laszlo and just say, I like this guy.
I don't. He's an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. It's refreshing. We've been dealing with a lot of nice people. Nice to deal with some more military folk.
Somewhere in the distance, you hear Chris Ellen say, "That must be awesome."
I pull out my crossbow.
Attach the bag of dicks.
Oscar, what are we supposed to be doing? They won't tell us anything, or they haven't told us that much. He was supposed to be the one that gives us information. I don't know what to do.
We survive until he wakes up. And then we go from there. As I said, you don't know what the fuck you're doing when you step into this. You just go in the first time and you deal with it. That's what we're doing today.
Okay. Kind of wish we had the chest right now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Seeing you super glowy would probably help.
I don't, well... the last time that happened, I almost charged an entire ship myself.
Well, I mean, what's the best thing to fight undead than a super-powered, life-giving...
Yeah, sure. But I mean, last time I tried to fight a boat, Laszlo.
Mm-hmm.
Not people on a boat, a boat. I don't think it exactly does anything good for my brain.
Yeah, that's a good point. That whole thing was a mistake.
Yes.
I'm going to look to the guards, and I'll say, if anything happens and I am not awake, make sure you wake me up first. I can empower your weapons to make you much more effective.
I'm sorry. I read what Rena said, and it threw me off. And I'm fine.
We're Regewoo. It's Regewoo.
Yes. Well, and Oscar will pull out the glaive and say, this is already magically enhanced. If we're going to enhance anything, the spear would be appropriate. It's heavily durable, but it's not magical in any way. The bastard sword would be all right. You can't enhance my fists, can you?
Scott, it says anything that's a weapon. So...
A gauntlet I'd be fine with a gauntlet.
All right.
Because Oscar does have gauntlets that are specifically built for punching. Like, that's just part of the
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. I mean, if you could hurt something with it, I can do it.
it's my last resort, but if I lose all my other weapons, it's good to know that we have that as a backup.
Yes. I look to the guards and I go, you guys make sure you note that he doesn't need my help as much as you do.
That's true.
And yeah, I'm gonna go and rest while they can take watches. That's fine.
I'll take a watch with like at this point because it's still light enough that I can see things for now, right?
I mean,
like it's not great, but like
it's dark now. You know what I mean? So luckily they
But
don't
we
have
have-
daylight savings time, so it stays light a little bit later.
right. But
Yeah.
with the fire, we have dim light out to a certain space,
Yeah,
presumably
you can see a
enough
bit.
that I could keep watch for a little bit and then swap off to someone who has vision.
You guys are going to end up being fine. It's not like they're going to attack you in the middle of the night anyways. So in the
good.
morning, you're going to wake up. And as you guys wake up in the morning, switching cough or whatever, eventually you guys are both sleeping. Mog is actually up fairly early, and he's out and about and moving, he actually still looks like rather gruff, but then again, the guy's old. Like, he looks old, you know what I mean? In human terms, he's almost like 80. You know what I mean? Maybe he is 80. I don't know. He's looking tired. Either way, he's out and about and do what he needs to do. He's still, again, in great. He's like,
I'm going to go straight to him as soon as I wake up.
So he's like, when you see those pictures of Jean-Luc Picard shirtless, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, Patrick Stewart, how are you so hot? How do you maintain all of that? Were you Batman?
He's like old, but he's still kind of hot.
Yeah, right.
But he's been old since he was 30.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
like
that's just true.
It's a problem with going bald early. He has
Problem.
it's like Steve Martin. He was white haired at like 25.
I've looked the exact same for 10 years. That's how I pull it off. Like, Brittany's like, you still look like when I met you. I'm like, I always looked old.
I look different now than I did 10 years ago.
I look great. So
define great. Big? Like great as in large?
I mean, I great for Floridian. So
yeah, you guys tend to turn orange.
Jesse, you have anything to say to that?
Nope, just debating. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go to Mog, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
So
I need to see.
You walk up to him. He just looks at you as you approach. Gives you like a not like a head nod or anything that's welcoming or kind. He just gives you like a judgmental look as you come walking up to him as he sizes up your. Well, he just is left wanting.
I'll look to him and I'll say, I need to see the device that's calling them or controlling them.
I know.
What?
I know you need to see it.
Are we gonna go see it today? Is it safe? Is it something that we can reach?
You gonna have your breakfast first, or are we just gonna go walking in on an empty stomach?
I guess we can eat.
Do you even know? You even have the slightest clue what you're up against, little man?
No, but I agreed to help, and I do have abilities that can help.
Right. Let me tell you a little something. If one of these things touches you, they're gonna steal every bit of your strength. And something as small and pathetic as you are ain't got much to spare. So perhaps you should eat a little something. Make sure you got as much as you got.
Then let's eat before the daylight wanes.
Yeah. And when we go walking, you hide your little ass between the two of us.
I don't like you. I'm gonna walk away.
So, when that happens, when you kind of go back, you eat, he finishes doing his own prep work and getting shit together and everything he needs to. You can see that the guards are kind of like, all right, so we teamed him up with Mug, and we're going to be getting out of here now. Everything's fine. We're good to go. Mog, after you guys are done eating and kind of like the camp's broken down, he says, all right, here's going to be the plan as we head up in there. The way we're going to do it is the three of us are going to make ourselves not exactly noticeable to them. Ace is going to give us the opportunity to most likely not get seen. But just because we have a little bit of cover doesn't mean that they can't necessarily notice you. So you still have to use your brain. You still have to keep yourself hidden. Actually hidden. Luckily we have a little bit of a decoy we can work with. He says, looking at the other two guards. And one of them's kind of like nodding along, like understanding, okay, what's your plan here? And the other one's like, we're not a part of your plan here. And he's like,
good.
If and when things go sour, these two fucks are gonna do what they can to grab some attention and run as fast as they can to pull it off of us. And then that one that's kind of like nodding along is like, no, like absolutely not. And he's like, you sent here to help? Like, yeah? Well, I was sent here by your chosen. You're gonna do what your chosen tells. You're gonna help us out, and we're gonna get this done. Otherwise, they're gonna be knocking on your back door forever. You think they're going nowhere? They ain't going shit. You're helping. And they're like, and they actually, it's literally one of the things where one of the guards is like, they're going to go along with it because he is kind of the person in command at the moment. And the other one looks to the two of you like, help?
Hopefully that won't be necessary.
It's not a bad idea. But you're fast, correct? I'll look to the guards.
They kind of look down they kind of look down at their stuff and
set the camp stuff up a little ways up. Carry light. You don't need to be carrying all of your equipment when you start running. If you have to leave stuff behind, you leave stuff behind. And if we come out, we'll grab it on the way back.
Come on now, Sherry.
Focus on getting yourselves out first. Safety. As much as possible.
He walks up to one of the guards and like grabs them by like, you know, the shoulder part of their armor and gives it like a hoist. But again, even though looks slack, when he gives a hoist, it literally lifts the guy up a little bit, because even though he's orcs from the Barrenlands aren't massive, they're not like these super tall people. They're more compressed. They're like, you know, little people. Josh's height.
Brother.
Anyways, he kind of gives like a big hoist, like lifting the guy up a bit. That's taller than him again, and he says, "Take this shit off. It's gonna slow you down. You wanna run. You wanna run fast. This ain't gonna stop it."
Yeah, he's right.
Both of you guys stay near me. If one of you has to run, I can give you a magical protection for a period. It'll be like having armor on.
You said it to the two of them?
Mm-hmm.
And Mog looks at you and says, "Hey, they're gonna keep far. They're auxiliary. We ain't gonna get caught because you ain't gonna fuck up. And you got your magic. You leave that for us.
I'm not gonna let someone die just because I need to live."
You ain't letting shit be shit. Let's get going. We got a job to do.
If they're further away, that's safer than if they're with you. We're going to be in the thick of it.
Oscar, you're not the best with being quiet.
No, I'm not. But I'm wearing leathers today, at least.
Yeah, when he hears you guys having this discussion back and forth between you, he looks at you and says, "Same thing. That ain't gonna stop nothing.
Nope.
I suggest you strip down."
I can protect you. I can protect you.
It's on for stability and comfort. It's easier for me to train the way that I fight and fight the way that I train. I train in armor.
He just shrugs and says something about weak west or something like that.
It doesn't matter. It's like, this is regimented training. Oscar's just sticking with what he knows in this case.
And you guys are going to start making your way downtown, walking fast. Some ghosts past. No, so as you guys go walking up, you can see that he stops and he grabs some sand, says some sort of like some dirt off the ground, says some sort of like incantation or ritual. It's one of those things where you would, if you weren't somebody that understood magic the way that the two of your characters do, you would just think that he's almost saying like a mini prayer or whatever to himself, like he's just trying to like gather up like some strength. But you realize he's in fact casting a spell. Specifically, he's casting a spell to make it so that undead have a hard time seeing you guys. Literally hides you from their perceptions. Unless they're particularly keen undead, then they might notice you. But other people wake up this morning as well. They wake up in the castle because all of them were kept as guests there. And when they wake up and eventually find their way out, and they're directed by literally servants about the castle, they're paid, they're not slaves. Let's be serious here. It's free folk of the deer, not the actual free folk. Different conversation. We don't want to go there, Neil. Shut up. Anyways, so you are led to where there's a dining area where all of your characters are actually welcome to sit and eat and dine with one another. I imagine you come out at different points in time and so on and so forth and So when you guys are down there, word is actually going to come in at one point in time and have it be introduced to you. But I don't want to shit on any RP your characters might have with one another. So the three of you are kind of like the four of you, my apologies, are kind of like not forced necessarily, but to dine with one another. You were welcome to. I don't know if there's anything that you're hoping to confer with each other, or anything you're hoping to say, or I can kind of just jump ahead. I don't know why Messy's laughing either.
I'm gonna sit next to Rena and across from Tyler.
Okay. But then I'm sitting
So
across
does-
from Chris Ellen. Is that what we're doing?
And
see you. I see you.
Ophios is next to Chrysellen, apparently.
Mhm.
But
These are the seating arrangements. Yes.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
important to know.
I just want to be clear. Does that mean you and Ophios?
I'm
You know,
across
it's
from Chris
He's a
Ellen.
baby.
Does that mean you and Chris?
It's up to Chris Ellen.
Night is young.
Oh, you don't know.
That's why Elijah sat next to me, because I'm friend zoned.
Brina.
Yes.
Hold on.
This is all we do, by the way.
No. This is what we do here.
I
You
don't
have to
get
do
it.
You have
I'll
to
do it,
Betsy.
but I don't get
You
it.
don't- you
No,
don't
you're
get
not
it?
registered.
Bessie!
You're not allowed.
It's regicide.
Sorry.
This is Thursday night.
Bessie cat.
You put your arms down. Put your arms down. It's
Bessie.
Thursday night.
Oh, sorry.
Yay! Okay.
But what is the
it was
Don't worry
what
about it.
happened
Don't
on.
worry
It was messy being weird.
Ugh.
It was fucking
Oh,
funny.
I don't even know what we would say.
It was fucking hilarious.
Know it, brother.
So you guys are sitting in the seating arrangement that you just previously or whatever stated. Is there any conversation that you characters intend to have with one another other than sleep well?
No. Ophios will simply be like, when's do you think the weapons would return? Chrysellen's, you said yours?
Yeah, that's me. And if he doesn't show, then it could be weeks.
I suppose we've waited this long for it.
I really am dreadfully sorry. It was the best looking sword in the shop, and he needed something to defend himself with.
I
Sorry,
can
what
say
is-
I
imagine
blame you.
it
Wait.
looks something like this, and he'll pull out his blade and set it down.
It does.
It looks something like that.
Yes.
You said he's going
I'd
to
say-
Amulta.
Different design, so on and so forth, but yes.
Very similar. I'll have it honed, I swear.
You said he was going to Amulta, right?
Yes.
Why is he going? Why did he need a sword of such high quality to travel to Amulta?
Do you not know that the dead are risen in the forest just west?
I thought that was taken care of already.
No. I had to sleep in leaves and twigs. I woke up with slugs on my legs. Slugs.
Deads. We saw deads. And then he like shows like the size of the baby.
She, Reno
He's
would
just
say,
like he's like moving his hand and it's like lower and he's just like, yes, this.
That is the most depressing shit. We saw deads.
No, not his hands like this. He's doing the height of it.
Like
Because
height.
it was walking and running, so it's like one hand like.
Sorry, did you include a zombie baby in your game, Scott?
It was
You were
Halloween,
doing it for
Doxy.
Fun?
I'm sorry,
It was
what?
Halloween.
Okay.
I can't understand what you're saying. What are you saying?
The answer is
Nothing.
We
yes.
didn't kill it. We
What?
left it alive.
Oh, that's better.
Is there something wrong
Oh
with
no, it was killing them. It was killing them.
Is there something wrong with undead babies?
Oh my goodness.
Get used to it.
Yeah, is there something
This
wrong with
is
undead
regicide.
babies?
Oh boy.
Well, I like babies. I had one.
Poor girl, I guess.
Scott, stop, dude.
Anyway,
Technically, we're all undead right now. Just saying.
anyway. That's what Ophios did. How does Chrysellen react to that?
I think they're mostly larger than that.
he just
That's
means that
this
we've
one.
found creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
say
like
no
undead.
more.
Yeah, it's anyway, that would explain why that happened. They
Um,
rose a few days ago, you said.
aside from that, there are many other enemies of Amulta right now. And you see he works for Amulta, so...
There's a bigger reason that swords is needed.
In your language, Rena would say enough.
I would say, I understand. And really it is so embarrassing. And I really hate to make this first impression. But I do promise you, Ophios, I will get you your sword back. You will have your blade.
He's dead quiet. Mom just told him to shut up. He would just nod at that.
And as fast as I can possibly manage it.
Well, like I said before, we appreciate it.
Speaking of as fast as you can possibly manage it, I have
hey,
just
Triple.
received word from the south. Chris Ellen, if I may,
Of course.
your companions, I believe it is Master Venator, Oscar McGuffin.
McLaughlin.
So close.
McGruff. Gruff. The crime dog, McGruff.
He is McGruff. That is kind of who he's modeled after, but no, don't tell anybody.
And Laszlo Hentai.
What's his last name again?
No, that's it.
No, that's it. That's perfect.
But hentai.
Hentai.
It's hentai for short.
I was so
though.
close to both of them. Go on. I'm giving names. Be the best.
They were seen south of
Hentai
here.
gar.
There is a city south of here called Vigil. It is overrun with undead. About a day's travel.
Excellent.
They
Ah.
are attempting to assist in eliminating the problem.
Right. Well, I suppose I should join them. Then again, I've never been swung on by an undead, and the citizens here seem to not have much of a taste for me, huh?
Perhaps if you were getting the sword specs, maybe we can do favors, maybe helps speeds along.
How, Ophios, do you propose you would do that?
Fights undead. My gum got stuck on my tongue.
So adorable.
Fights on
Fights undeads.
I just look back and forth between Rena and Elijah.
I look to Elijah.
He's not my kid.
You were there. Anyway.
So
Look, control your child.
I
Control
was
your
in the
child,
room.
right?
You were there.
I was-
Sounds like you're saying he's not your kid, but you remember how he was conceived.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Do you
how
remember
you
the test
there.
tube?
yeah, I guess I do, but it wasn't me. I mean, I did put the chemicals in the anyway. I don't take any responsibility for what he says.
Oh, a random question. Is my hand still messed up?
Yes.
Damn.
I
Forgot
would
about
touch it with my healing magic.
Yeah, the wound is healed, but I don't think you have the ability to fix statuses.
Damn it.
Like, yeah,
So
you
if
heal
we-
damage.
If we redo the damage, can we fix it that way?
No.
There is a place
No.
where you can go and have it taken care of.
Oh.
There is a place.
I don't think we're allowed there.
You know.
Maybe if we cut it off.
Yeah, hold on. Let's build you a
Wait a
new
minute.
hand. Let's
Wait a
build you a new hand.
Wait a minute.
Laszlo's great at enchanting things. Just wait.
I don't. Who are you? I don't know you guys.
Give it time. We're fighting undead.
Anyway, well, I suppose
They are not the companions with the blade. by the way.
But you guys, just to be clear for a second, you guys do know that they're apparently friends, just to kind of like pull this in from your own last sessions and so on and so forth, because it's been kind of a crazy fucking week for all of us. We don't need to get any more into it than that, but things are interesting. Moving on. So, you know that one of the things that you guys really want to do and you were contemplating doing was going to Amulta yourselves. This was like 3-4 weeks ago, real life, because you want to see if you can get aid from Amulta with the things that you guys are doing. You do know that you heard it. Rayron's brother was the one that supposedly has the sword. You want your sword back, yes, but more importantly, Rayron's brother is Rayron's brother. Rayron came from a noble family in Amulta. If that's his brother, still in Amulta, that's a noble family, which is possibly a thumbs up. You don't know really who the hell this bitch is. You don't know anything about that. But you do know that she seems to have her shit together. Potentially a noble from Amulta as well. The favors are potentially good things. Now, Neil, nope. I just Brittany'd you. Messy, you do know that Rayron's brother is definitely a noble family. You have no idea who she is. She could be as well. You just genuinely don't know who she is because, you never really asked her last
She's a
name or anything.
porcupine.
No, this isn't the Witcher game.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, she, you know that potentially by helping them, you can garner favor with what it was you're hoping to do in the future. Just kind of like throw that out there. And back to you, Rena. I'm so sorry.
Which Ophios doesn't remember. He was just like,
no.
I can help you, but for sword.
he's just trying to fill in the gaps.
Mhm.
Elijah, would you be
You
willing
guys
to go back
talk
to
it over.
Malta?
There's a cat in the back of this brewery that's just ruining this whole conversation. I'm gonna go let him out.
Yeah.
It's not mine today, which is nice.
Give it time, Messy. Give it time.
Yeah, you little
I
fucker.
don't want to
I'm
give him
coming.
too much time. He will come.
Sorry, we're gonna take a break in a couple moments anyway. So.
Okay. I would say let's not leave. I mean, you're kind of useless. No offense, but you're kind of useless until your hand's fixed.
You're not wrong. I don't know exactly what we can do about it.
Well, there happens to be a very good hospital here
God.
that we actually have a bit of a reputation with already, so we could
At Curseful?
well, close.
In Hodgwin.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where we're
Capital.
going? Is Hodgwin?
That's not what you guys are going to visual, but that's fine.
Lot of magic in Amulta. Whole lot.
Why is there a flag behind you now?
It's Valorant
It's a beautiful
flag.
flag, isn't it?
It's the greatest flag ever.
It looks like he has a tree behind him trying to have a fro like mine.
Oh, I don't got it like that, bro.
It's just his crown.
Gotta put a
thing
peck in
is-
it.
Because the headphones push it down, I have to have a headband to push it back up.
I can't even see it, bro. I'll be honest with you. It, like, blends in with your background. Is your front light on? Hey, that's why. Okay.
Can you see it now? It's moving.
Barely.
Kind of,
honestly,
yeah.
No. Yeah, kind of. My contrast is too far down.
We will, Rosin.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we could go to Amulta to get her hand fixed, but you said we would have to fight undead to get there, right?
You might want both hands for that.
Right.
This is not like perhaps what you think. The
You always speaking double negatives?
creatures that you are going to see there, you don't want to fight. Your sword will not hit them.
My bow never misses.
What's you means? Can't hits.
These are not the walking dead like plagued the rest of Adir. These are specters, ghosts, shades, shadows, whatever word you choose to use.
Well, I got an EMF reader, a book, and a flashlight. What do you guys got?
Well,
Got a head cam.
what's about
Us.
magics?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of that. Huh? It would probably be better to just go around the area then. How big is the infestation?
There is a task that needs to take place directly inside of Vigil. I do not know most of the details. That would be known by General Jaeger.
Where's he? Where's
We
she?
know that name, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, Ophios doesn't. But
Yep.
The south, just outside of Vigil.
And obviously, Rena, not Rena, Doxy, you know who that's who the fuck
Yeah.
you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm even here to speak to.
General Jaeger.
Yes.
Jaeger's the guy who trained Cadus, right?
Are you asking that meta or
Yep.
Meta,
RP?
that's me trying to remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In and out of game,
Yes.
yes.
Well, might be worth speaking with him. But I do-
Priscilla, are you headed to Amulta after you speak with Jaeger?
Yes. Yes, huh?
You don't know what we know yet. You do out of game from last week, but
In game, the answer is yes.
Then
Out of game, it's not very far from yes either.
if you'd be willing to help us with Rena's hand, as in maybe find another place we could heal it. We could
I
accompany
can
you
find anything that exists. I just
I was-
need to be put in front of the right people.
on... Yeah. That's good. That's great. So let's we say Rena, should we follow her around?
I would like full use of my hand back. Yes.
Kithel,
Hmm.
where can we get that looked at?
That would not be in Vigil. That would be in Hardgwen.
Of course.
Opposite direction, then?
Not exactly. Vigil is effectively straight to the south. And
What's that map?
Hardgwen is to the south and the east. However, I do know a way to get it looked at much quicker. It would take you time to prep your goods to leave. It would also take a bit of time for us to get the fastest horses to save you time and travel. But I know a particularly good doctor, also a Maltese. She could help.
Priscilla
no.
kind of tears up. Like, she's just really touched by how much Kithel wants to help them.
It wouldn't be
It would.
wouldn't be her, would it?
Oh
Okay.
no.
That's great.
Would I know right off the bat who he's talking about?
I see. Well, he says it wouldn't be, and he says it would. And then, you can imagine Elijah.
So if I knew, knowing Elijah and I knew
Well-
what he was like mentioning, I'd be like, absolutely not.
There are limited options.
What do I
You
get from
have-
my insight? Sorry, on Elijah.
Both of them are upset. Your friends are upset. He
Why
says.
Go ahead.
He
Let
says,
Kithel.
You have limited options. One of them is to swallow pride for whatever it is that plagues you and see if she can restore your hands. Another is to walk back into a place where you put many sick people in harm's way and even
That's the
were
one.
hunted
That's the
down by the nurses and doctors that were there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Hmm. That'd be
Perfect.
fine.
Ooh.
Okay, so
alright,
how'd
you
Gwen decide
guys.
to far?
One of these options can be resolved in a matter of hours, the other longer.
Why so
Serious?
upset lookings?
What is the problem? I'd like to know. I'm very good at solving problems. The social variety.
Rena's hand is the problem.
What is the problem with the doctor? She like talks down to you.
Because it's a woman. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa!
He is from Florida.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I've never hidden the fact that I am from Florida, so that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone.
We see the wife beater. You're wearing a wife beater.
It's a tank top from a Let's Player, bro.
I mean, I know it's
I
not
wear
white. So.
wife beaters all the time.
It's a Let's Player.
Listen, it's not white, so it's okay. It's only a wife beater if it's plain white. If that phrase makes you uncomfortable, it makes all of us uncomfortable. It's still commonly used. It is actually less common to call it a white tank than it is to call it a wife beater. Still.
Is that a shirt? Is that the word for it? Shut up. God.
The cat's back.
Summoned it by calling
I
him.
swore I shut the
calling
windows
him
and
Florida
doors
man.
back.
Behind me now. Go away.
Just pick him up and love him.
My girlfriend, I guess, he was keeping her up, so she just walked in here and just threw him in the room and closed the door. And left.
That was your girlfriend did that?
Yeah.
Time to break up.
All right, Oliver, we're breaking up.
But did she steal all of your candy?
I mean, before you break up, accidentally
Hold
run into someone with your car, and then ask them on a date first.
Yeah,
you gotta set that stuff up.
No.
Scott,
No. He needs to go to that same traffic light and just wait until that person shows up and hits him again.
Wait in a tuxedo holding a bouquet of flowers. For
Go for 80s, have a boombox.
Your mystery fender bender.
I mean, my joke
Yeah,
has
actually
been
happened.
apparently I'm not getting dates. I'm going about it the wrong way. I need to just go jump in traffic.
Wait, Doxy, what was your question?
I said, did Britt hit you with her car, Scott?
No, that wasn't a me thing. That was a messy thing.
That was a messy thing.
That happened to me.
No.
Your
Someone hit me with
girlfriend
a car.
hit you with her car?
No.
You hit your girl-
Oh, now we have to tell
I
a story.
remember.
We need
No,
this
I remember
story.
now. I
Okay.
remember
okay,
now. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
now. You told me the. Yeah.
But Doxy, I'd hit you with my car.
That's rude.
Depends on the car, honestly.
I mean,
I don't have a car.
I've seen
so I
Scott's
can't-
car. It's not that big.
You're allowed to hit me with my car.
There you go.
I can't hit
that thing's got
anybody.
crumple zones.
I can't hit anybody with
It
my
also
car.
has a
I don't
roll
have
cage.
one.
Tyler, we'll bump bikes.
Yeah.
We'll bump bikes.
I don't have a bike either.
Well, I don't know. I'll step on the back of your shoe when we're walking around the mall.
You'll flat tire me?
That's true
Aw,
love.
babe.
That's a
True love.
car thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Excuse me, Joey. I have a perfectly fine fuel injector. Okay.
What about the rest of the car?
Yeah, hold on. There's some other pieces that are kind of important.
My tires often deflate. It's a problem.
Well, it's on 3 wheels. The steering wheel only goes left.
No,
Let's get back
Scott,
to test tube, baby. Let's get back to
performance
this.
issues at
Okay.
your
Am I
age
supposed
are
to be
normal.
talking now as test
No.
tube baby? Is that what Josh is talking
No.
about?
So
I'm stuck
you
in
guys
first.
have to make a decision of what it is that you want to do, so that we can kind of like choose. Because
Rena, perhaps you and our new friend here could go see Gwen, and I'll babysit
What happened
at
with
the
Gwen?
bar.
Tell me what happened.
I'd rather just babysit at the bar than tell you what happened.
Who's
I
Gwen?
want you in specific to tell me what happened.
Who are you pointing to?
You.
If
Well,
you
I
push
can't.
it, she's gonna stand up and say, "Let's get going. We need not continue this conversation."
I'd like to know what I'm stepping into. I hope
will
you
not-
understand. I have been assaulted twice since I've arrived in this city. I'd like to keep it to a minimum.
Assaulted. What's that?
I'll do nothing of the sort to you. I trust Kithel.
What's
Shut up.
assault?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about showing up with you. Please
That's-
understand that that's no slight on your character. I find you quite pleasant.
As far as I
Where-
know, she will not do anything.
Guinevere is a very kind and gentle soul.
Yeah, no, Kithel, stop talking.
he turns and gives you a full look.
Please. I'm sorry.
Wait, does he have ability to like have half a look? Does his face just like disappear? Just
Oh yeah, Kithel's a loper.
Half look is a side eye. Kithel is not a loper. Come on.
Priscilla, you're not from here, right? You've only been
Right.
here for a few days. Where are you from again? Your origin?
She has an Ascarian accent.
Pat, stop. It's a
Born
door.
in Amulta, raised in Ascaria. Crystalline Feldspar.
Can't
I've
stop
been
it
told that.
I
Yes,
just
he's gonna-
imagine, I'm sorry, I just
know
keep
this far
imagining the
out.
cat
Sorry,
going,
Doxy.
window,
It's okay.
window.
I still say
I mean, Messi has a wife beater on, soon it'll be a cat beater. But
Also, I feel bad because I was the one interrupting, but I was laughing.
It's okay.
go ahead, Doxy.
I say,
Borden.
Crystalline
I say-
Feldspar, born in Amulta, raised in Ascaria. I've been told that people know me out here.
So you, Messy, would actually know what that means. You actually wouldn't know the name Crystalline Feldspar because you're not like high up on that kind of. It's not the society that you're
Too
a
stupid,
part of.
yeah.
No. You don't know the name, but you know when she says Crystalline Feldspar, you're like, Feldspar stone. She's a jewel. That makes sense. Look at her. You know what I mean? You probably just immediately assume she's a diamond just looking at her.
I don't know what that means.
We've talked about this before. So inside,
I still don't know.
Inside, so the Jewels of Erōth is more or less a nationless organization of a bunch of people, like orphans, that were raised to have
Highborn orphans.
depending, but usually
What?
for her position, yeah. So orphans that were bastard children, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That are raised to have this very specific skills. So there's ambers, which are people that are like really good at like bookkeeping and record keeping and stuff like that. There's moistenites, which are like the leaders of the houses, so on and so forth. There's what are the shitty ones? Pyrites that are like the labor workers. But there's diamonds. Diamonds are like the escorts, like high quality escorts. Escort doesn't necessarily mean sex, doesn't mean fucky, but it can happen. It mostly means like high class, high quality date. If you ever watched Firefly, if you didn't, you're a terrible person. If you did, think the companions from Firefly.
Of course I have.
Either way, so think companion from Firefly when you think of it. Not perfectly that, but more or less that. Okay, so when she says Crystalline Feldspar, you don't know the name, but the rest of the math is done for you.
All right, so I'll put some spec on it. Okay. I don't remember where I was going with this. I'm sorry. The cat distracted me, so never mind.
She said.
You asked me where I was from.
Thought I was well known out here. Is what she said.
Yeah.
You're a diamond then?
Flawless.
You know that that's a rank, and that's actually the highest rank.
What is this, military escorts?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like an admiral or like...
No. Shut up, you.
I was trained to fight, and I'm good at it. I was
many
trained in
jewels does she
magic,
command?
and I'm good at it. And
I'll set you up, but okay.
I didn't need much training in the ways of social etiquette, but I'm very good at it.
Magics. Ophios does prestidigitation.
Yes.
You're becoming more
just like
childlike.
that.
He's regressing. Elijah, we gotta take him back.
I give Rena a look, and I'm like, your son is very special.
He's like a 30-year-old parent guy.
Not my son.
Yeah, but she has white hair.
He-
Like, what am I
He-
supposed to think?
He doesn't look
Style.
30 as a parent. He looks what would be equivalent to his age in
3 hours
looks
old.
like- he looks
Actually,
no.
he's much younger.
He looks
than me.
like it would look like more like 18, 19.
No, it's been a baby head.
He looks like he looks like he's a few days old,
Boss
but a
baby
full
grown
man's
up.
body.
No, oh,
Boss baby.
his
6 feet
brain
tall.
is like a baby's right now and confused and bewildered, but his body is not.
What anime is this? This makes no
She
sense.
says-
I don't know.
She looks back and forth between you two and says, your son is very special.
You say that? Oh no.
Yeah, he looks like
She'd
he's
say
16, but he's 900 years old.
he's my friend.
Oh,
And sorry, there's a lot going on. Anyway, shall we get moving?
put a gentle hand on your shoulder. I say, yes, as soon as I know the situation with Gwen.
You lean across the whole table to put a hand on her shoulder?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
She's got long arms. She does that a lot.
I'm really playing it up, but Ophios reaches across and puts his hand on her shoulder too.
He's
Elijah's
only 2
ignoring all of
days
you
old.
eating.
So.
That's the training. The reach.
Is there beer here? I chugged that.
Oh God, I hope so.
Before they go to leave, she will say to Ophios in his language, trust Elijah. I'll be back.
Trust-
Okay, so you leave Elijah behind with Ophios, and you're going to go off with Crysellin.
As we walk off, I say, I now know that that is not your son, that something has happened to him, and that the two of you are not a couple.
You got all that?
Yep.
And
Nice
with that,
conversation.
why don't we take a
I was
break?
demonstrating my skills.
Yeah.
It's easy to tell by the sitting arrangement. Come on, guys.
And with that, why don't we take a break, okay? I gotta piss myself because I drank a lot of I have to piss, myself. I think it's how you.
No, that's
We heard it right the first time. We heard it right the
That
first
sounds like a personal problem, Scott. You got to do a bit of cleanup.
Scott's like, guys, I gotta end the stream. I gotta go stand in the bathroom and piss myself.
You have no power here,
He's
Scott.
What Scott really does. Moves to the bathtub.
Scott, you can
the
do
real
that.
baby
bathtub
here.
pees, and then changes his clothes.
Scott, you can pee yourself on camera if you like.
I
Is
hate
that
all of
Ophios'
you.
job right now?
I hate
Goodbye.
Further.
all of you.